Thanks everybody for joining us. We have Dave Roberts now available. Please use the raise your hand icon. First question's from Dave Vassegh. Go ahead, David.
Hi, Dave. I had two questions for you. Number one, have you settled on your starters for the first two games? And you've had a veteran group all year long. You've been with them for a while now. How have you been able to not allow your voice to just become white noise? And even when things were not going their best this year, to find a way to get the best out of those guys?
Um, you know what, David, I think we're going to run the same rotation back. I think for sure for the first two, Snell and then Yamamoto, and we'll see kind of from game three and game four. Um, yeah, you know what, I think it's one of those things that they know me pretty well. I've learned to know them pretty well. We have a lot of the same people that have been together for quite some time, and with that, you learn kind of how to, ultimately get the best out of them at certain points and when to push them and challenge them and when to give them some latitude and some grace. Um, I think there's a complete trust with me and the players, and our goal of winning a championship has never been in question. But yeah, I think for me it's like, and you can see it, you see it firsthand. There's times I give guys freedom and like I said, grace, because the game's hard. It's a long season, but there's other times where I kind of I get to be a little bit more stern in my messaging and expectations. When I feel the time's right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question's from Kerry Osborne. Go ahead.
Dave, obviously, you have a very veteran group, guys who've been through these wars, but Mookie and Freddie in particular, just how much does their experience mean to this club in the postseason?
It means a lot. You know, First off, they're two of the highest character people you'll ever come across, and they're both great teammates. They're both, uh, very, very good workers. They both value the little things in the game. And so it's just hard not to follow that path of those two players. And then you layer in on the experience of postseason, be able to kind of manage your heartbeat and be the guy in the right spots in the biggest of spots. So I'm very fortunate to have those two players on our roster. They make my job a lot easier.
Next question is from Sonia. Go ahead, Sonia.
Hey Dave, we talked to Tanner Scott yesterday and just wanted to know how's he feeling and how close is he to being an option for the World Series roster?
It's good to see Tanner continuing to throw pens, and it's just kind of trying to get a grasp on the doctors giving him the full kind of green light, the go ahead. So I really today I can't answer that question. I know that he's anxious, which is a good thing. But I think fortunately, we get to see for a couple more days, how he responds to throwing and bullpens and things like that.
And in addition to, possibly Tanner, do you anticipate your bullpen looking much different this series? There is kind of that added challenge of some power hitting righties with the Blue Jays that you haven't had to um, counter so much in the other series.
Yeah, that's fair. I think we're still kind of in talks. You know, there's one spot I think that we could potentially kind of debate, and we'll continue to debate, but we haven't made a decision. But it's going to look, obviously, outside of that one spot, it's probably going to look exactly the same.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Bill Plinkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Dave, how much more comfortable are you with the 6-day break this year compared to the breaks the last 2 years?
I think actually much more comfortable. Even after the game 4 win, we're flying out tomorrow, which sort of breaks up the monotony of not playing. We took the 1 day off, but the guys are active. The guys feel good. I do think that there were some guys that were nursing some things, so to get us back to full health. But actually, we got a simulated game, another one tonight, so I feel good about kind of the guys' focus and playing. And yeah, Bill, we'll be ready to go on Friday. Feel good about it.
The breaks seem to affect hitters more than pitchers. Is that a good thing that you're relying on your starting pitching then?
Yeah, I do think that's the case. But I will say that we've got this traject machine in the cage that guys are taking a lot of at bats off of, so to get familiar with different pitchers and keep their timing. And it's not live, but it's pretty good simulation on top of the simulated games that we're playing with each other. But yeah, having the pitchers kind of fresh and frisky, going into this World Series is a good thing.
Going back to spring training with this idea of doing something that hasn't been done in 25 years, how much of your message was that in spring training? And do you bring it up over the course of the season at all?
I haven't brought it up in the season. I brought it up, I think, on the first day of spring training and haven't talked about it since. I think it's one of those added pressures that I don't think that I want to take on. I don't think our players need to take on. So I think for us, it's kind of, being in the moment, taking care of business. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the season, then you can look back. But right now, the only focus is winning game 1 and winning 4 more games here.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question from Dylan Hernandez. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. With Yamamoto, it seems like he's developed a very close relationship with his interpreter, Hero, over the last couple of years. And I was just kind of wondering, what you could maybe tell about Yamamoto's character, maybe the way he treats Hero, maybe not just Hero, but also, a lot of the team's like support staff.
Fantastic. I think Yamamoto is quite the gentleman. Quite the high character. He's a great worker, knows what he wants to do, what he needs to do to get ready. And he treats everyone from Hero to myself to all the support staff with the highest of respect.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from John Chidley Hill from TSN. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for making the time today. Really appreciate it. We just had Freddie speak to us, and he was saying that he's expecting a rough ride from his fellow Canadians when he's in Toronto. Is he the kind of player that gets affected by booing and jeers that are so directed at him that when he gets singled out, or is he the kind of guy that's just going to shrug it off and focus on the task at hand?
Well, he doesn't get bothered by boos. I'm just a little confused why, where he praises his country of birth and, has played for the Team Canada. And so, he was traded here. So, yeah, he's a baseball player, loves the U.S., loves Canada. He's a heck of a player, person, even better person. But, yeah, I don't know what the Blue Jays fans have in store for him, but I don't think he'll be fazed by it.
They gave Josh Naylor a rough ride during the last series too, so it's not particular to Freddie. It's they'll just single out other Canadians, I guess.
So other Canadians that don't have a choice to where they play. Got it. Okay. Well, I'm okay with that. Then I guess that Freddie is not singled out, so I got no problem with it.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next question is from Fabian. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, just go back to the championship talk. I mean, Mookie and others have kind of talked about like legacy a lot, and you've kind of brought that up about some of your stars being motivated by legacy. What do you think 3 titles in 6 years would mean for their legacies in addition to like what this would mean for the organization to be accomplished that?
Obviously with those particular players, they're talking about the Hall of Fame. And that's something that's a motivating source for them, which is great. Still within the team constructs. Yeah, and I think for the Dodgers, I think it just kind of puts us, on a Mount Rushmore of sports organizations. So there's been a lot of franchises that have done a lot of great things, and right now in this point in time, we're just fortunate to be a part of a great organization. We got to do our part.
Now, obviously, both these transactions went your way, but like you guys have you and the Blue Jays have kind of fought for Shohei Ohtani and Roki Sasaki the last couple of years. What do you think about sort of maybe like the sliding doors of these two teams being the two teams square off in the World Series with those two guys so prominent for you guys?
Yeah, obviously, we're very fortunate to have both those players. I think that they really feel good about their decisions to sign with us. But yeah, I mean, the Blue Jays ultimately got back to the World Series first time in, since 1990 or whenever it was. But yeah, that's a good question, good debate. But like you said, I'm happy that we won out and they chose us.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey Dave, with Snell, I mean, how much did his return and then ability to pitch at the level he did over the last couple weeks of the season kind of change the way you guys viewed the rotation? I mean, obviously last year you had Yama, Tyler was back at that point, and Shohei was building up, but did having Blake kind of reach this level kind of change just how much you guys could rely on that group and how dominant that they've been here over this last month?
Yeah, absolutely. With every great starting staff, you got to have that anchor. And, Blake's always been a finisher. And so, obviously starting the way the season started, but to have him get back to pitch the way he did sort of raised the bar for everyone. I thought got Yamamoto even better, got Glass even better, Shohei. And it just allowed for us to, not only prevent kind of a few game losing streaks, but to just win games, win series and, win 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, things like that. So it was really good to see our starting pitching in particular, push one another. And they were certainly the reason, we played so well in September.
And then one more just on like the dynasty topic. I mean, I know you said you haven't really vocalized that this year. I know guys have been focused on just winning this year, but have you sensed at all them sensing just the opportunity of getting to play for a team that is going for a third title in such a short period of time and is getting the opportunity to win back to back? I mean, has that been something that you can feel the guys sensing as part of what's made this season so meaningful?
You know what, Jack? I don't know. And I can honestly say, I would say that that's not the case, which doesn't sound like it makes sense. But personally, I want to win this one in 25 as much as I wanted to win any of them. And I think that I feel the players feel the same way. And, the legacy dynasty talk, a lot of that I feel is meant for other people that aren't playing and let them have those debates where it's our job to kind of put those topics on the table, and we have an opportunity to do that. So yeah, right now we're just focused on the Blue Jays, and we need to play good baseball. And then, hopefully we put that topic of, legacy on the table for many people to debate.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question's from Megan Garcia. Go ahead.
Hey Dave, what have you seen out of Freddie this postseason at the plate compared to last year?
Well, he's not hobbled, which is a good thing. I think he's close. I think he's certainly seen some really good pitching, and guys are pitching him, teams are pitching him very carefully. And so he's hanging in there. I still think his at-bats are competitive, and he's certainly not pleased with the performance up to this point. But, every time he gets in the box, I feel good. So I expect him to really have a nice series, this next one.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll take one more. Go ahead now, Yuki.
Hi, Dave. Speaking of Shohei, will he start in Game 3 or Game 4? And is there a possibility he could pitch in relief later in the series?
We haven't decided on Game 3 or Game 4, and as far as the relief, we just got to see how the series plays out. So right now, we just haven't made that decision.
I have another question.
Yes.
He left in his NLCS MVP trophy in the clubhouse and put a card on it. That's a team effort. What did that mean to you?
Well, for me, it's not a surprise because Shohei is such a great teammate. And, you know, that award was a team effort. Shohei had a huge game in Game 4, but he realized that games 1, 2, and 3, you could have had Snell, Yamamoto, Edman, any one of those guys, Teoscar, you know, be a team MVP. So it was just good for him to recognize that. And that just shows, you know, what a great teammate Shohei is.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.